Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the 80s Metalheads interviews. I am bringing you one of my earliest interviews with Jerry Dixon, the bassist of Warrant. Now, I will be real with you, the audio isn't the best and I was very new to the interviewing scene, but it's still a killer conversation. We talk about Warrant's club shows, albums and touring with Mötley Crüe and so much more. This interview was originally live and posted onto my Instagram, but I wanted to bring it onto Spotify and Apple because I've been having lots of requests from you guys to bring onto these platforms so you can have a listen while you're at work or even driving. If you can give Warrant and Jerry Dixon's socials a follow, that would be great too. Guys, I hope you enjoy it and let me know who you want me to interview next time. Enjoy.
Hello.
Hey man, how's it going?
You're a long ways away. What's up, dude?
Nothing much, man. I'm just excited for this interview. Woke up very early, just prepped myself. Haven't done an interview in a while, but I'm really excited for it.
Hey, get your voice warmed up.
Yeah,
I know it's morning in Australia, right?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
What time is it for you?
It's Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Oh wow, yeah, it's Sunday morning here. So yeah.
That's rad, man.
Well, yeah, just want to say thank you for obviously doing this. A lot of people already saying hello and very excited. I've had a lot of DMs, a lot of people on my stories going crazy. Everyone's just excited for this. It's probably, honestly, one of my biggest interviews yet, and I'm really excited for it. So yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me. You know, I got your DM, and I'm like, you know what? Let's talk, man. I haven't done anything really in a long time too, probably a couple years.
Oh wow.
You know? Yeah, I've just been kind of, producing and writing the Sugar Fix stuff with the kids and not maybe touring like once a month with Warrant. So I've been kind of in a shell. So I'm back.
Well, let's start with Sugar Fix, your new band. Like, I didn't hear of it until you told me. So you want to tell people what's it all about?
Yeah, they're kids between the ages of 13 and 15 from Southern California, and they're a 5-piece. There's 3 girls and 2 guys, and they kind of grew up together since kindergarten, and they formed a rock band, and they're good. They remind me of like a mini Warrant back in the day, you know. They just have this magical thing. So yeah, the first song, My Roman Empire, is out, and the video should be out where you can really see what they're about probably in the next week or so. So yeah, just keep an eye on them, you know. Yeah. It's just rock and roll. There's no sampling or drum machines, or it's just electric guitar, you know.
Yeah, that's
back awesome. To the old days.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll tag him once this live's done. I'll tag him and give him a shout out. I like to support like the younger bands coming up because we want to keep the music going, obviously.
Absolutely, but we only want to keep it going if it sounds like 80s rock.
Exactly.
We don't want to keep it going if it's another genre.
Only 80s.
Yes.
Yeah. So, are you the manager or do you play in the band?
In which band?
Sugar Fix.
Oh, kind of. Well, both. I don't know. We kind of manage Warrant. Eric and I do, and we manage Sugar Fix with Chris Beal, who also plays Warrant sometimes. So, I guess just over the few decades, you just learn what to do and how to manage things and what to look for. So it's we take things as far as we can till we concede.
Well, I was going to bring up Sugar Fix at the near end of the interview, but before we go into Warrant, I just want to ask, how did you get into the music scene, playing bass, or did you start playing guitar when you were younger?
I got kind of adopted into playing at the age of 13. A friend played guitar and one played drums, and they said, "Can you play bass?" And I was like, "What's that?" So I got a Sears special bass. My mom got it for me for like $30 out of a catalog, and so I was just the bass player. But little did they know, once I got it, I don't think I ever put that stupid thing down, you know?
Shit.
So that's how it was. Just simple. Probably like most people, that when you find your passion, doesn't really matter how old you are. You could find it. Usually you find it when you're little. Sometimes you find it later, but when you do, you just know.
Yeah. So are you self-taught or did you get lessons?
Self-taught.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
was taught by Geezer Butler, like Steve Harris, like the early Maiden and Sabbath. And I had like 4 or 5 records, and that was it. Luckily, thank God they played good bass. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Steve Harrison, like you said, they're awesome bassists, man. All right. And you yourself, you're a great bassist, and I think a lot of people would agree.
Oh, thank you.
No, of course, man. But when did you join Warrant? In about 1984, I saw, or 3?
Yeah, I was in Warrant. I think I was in 11th grade.
Oh, wow.
In 1984, yeah. When I was
How old were you then?
16.
16. Yeah, that's definitely young. Wow.
I know.
Wow. So that was that.
No wonder I'm so tired, right?
Pardon?
like, dude, what are you doing you're not playing with Warrant every week? I'm like, I just got tired. Yeah, I'm just taking a mini timeout.
Yeah. I saw like a little article about that. Like, you just got burnt out from Warrant a bit and you just want some time off and focus on yourself, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I was focusing on anything. I just got sick of traveling. It's just people. I know that sounds stupid. I could have thought of a big elaborate thing, like I was in surgery, or a couple people thought I died.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've done all kinds of stuff like that, but it's all good. I'll be back. Probably be playing like once a month next year with Warrant.
Okay.
So I'll be back. I just wanted to get this. Actually, when you're on the road, you don't really get to play music that much. All you do is travel. So it's actually nice to be home to be able to make music for once,
Yeah, rest and recover as well. What, you've been doing this for like 30, 40 years now? Like traveling, constant music,
40.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
That's incredible.
Old bastard.
And on top of that, you got your interviews, like the music videos you made, press, all that sort of stuff. But
I was telling, we're doing a little show today with Sugar Fix that we used to have to fly across the globe to do interviews like this. Like, you used to have to fly to Australia and sit down, right? That's the way you used to do. Yeah, so this is pretty cool,
Yeah.
And what's up in Australia? I haven't been there. We got very drunk there. I do remember that.
What year was that?
Oh, we went there on the Cherry Pie tour, I think in 91 or 92. I think I'm still hungover.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Nah, man. Well, I wasn't alive back then, but I'm sure it was a great concert, But I saw on the Cherry Pie tour that it had to be cut short because of I think Jani stage dived or something like that. I saw.
He actually, in Europe, he fell through the stage. Like on the bigger stages, you have like potholes kind of where they used to put monitors underneath them, like the metal grates, and one of them wasn't fully like seated, and he was just running along and went boop. It was like a cartoon, but he ended up breaking a couple ribs.
Yeah.
And the doctor said there's nothing, he's done. You can't even talk for like 6 months,
Damn.
Oh.
But eventually you did finish that tour. Did you make another tour and then just continue?
Yeah, we toured like constantly all the way through like probably 95, 96.
Yeah.
And then grunge came out, and then we still toured, but we went back to clubs, Talk about eating shit. Yeah, we were back with Jani, the original band, for probably 10 years. You could have saw us in a club. Who knew? Yeah.
Could have.
Yeah.
Speaking of clubs, we'll go way back to like 1985, 1986. Which clubs did you play at the most? Like the Whiskey, or which clubs?
Yeah, we played the Troubadour a lot, and the Whiskey, the Roxy sometimes, and then there was a big club in the Valley, on the other side of Hollywood, called the Country Club.
Okay.
So we would play between, most of them were in Hollywood though, but that's the way you got your following back in the day. You would hand out paper flyers, and you would just actually play music to get a following. Imagine that.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Well, I mean, the flyers were pretty cool. Like, I have some vintage flyers all over my walls from, like, some underground bands and, like, Gunners and Crüe. But,
I'm going to send
someone asked me...
I'll send you some flyers, some original ones.
Oh, thank you, man. That would be awesome. Oh,
okay, that'll be in your package, because that'll be easy to mail, original.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Someone actually said in one of the questions, I'll just bring it up now, that apparently you were the Flyer Kings back in the 80s,
Yes. I don't know why we were like little business people. It was like, okay, I guess because we saw immediately that it worked, if people didn't know what you were up to, they wouldn't show up. So there was a whole scene though where you could go down, and people accepted them, and it was just the thing you did, and it really helped to get people into a show. There was no social media or any of that,
Yeah.
Actually, human contact.
Well, yeah, it would be different. Like, obviously, this day and age, the way you share things is through social media. But back then, you would have had to do, like you said, flyers. And there's no social media back then. There's no Instagram, no Facebook, no Snapchats, none of that.
No.
Just talking.
Yeah, talking and playing music,
That's it. Well,
that's what, but like I have like 500 followers on social media. I'm like,
yeah,
like, I don't care. But I have, so it's so bizarre, but I'm doing better, right? See, I'm doing this. And we could talk about that too, the impersonation stuff.
We will at the end. I was going to bring that up during the
end.
And I'm sure people will be happy to share that around. And the people will do their thing, and hopefully it will get sorted. I hope it does.
For sure.
But still speaking on the club scenes, how did you meet? Because before Jani, Stephen, and Joey, you had different members, and I think Stephen and Jani were doing Plain Jane. So how did you grab those guys and just make Warrant as a whole?
Okay, so I'll make it as short as possible. So it was me and Eric, Josh, and Max, and Adam. Sure, those are the five of us did one show as Warrant. And then a couple years later, like three of the guys quit, and then Eric and I kept the name Warrant. We said, okay, we're going to keep the name. So at that point, we had played with those guys, with Jani and Steve. And the way I remember it, I don't know how exactly, we've all got, foggy memories, but this show we did was outdoors. And I remember, I didn't know Jani, but there was at this park and there was no one there. And he climbed up the tree, this like 40-foot tree, and he was up there singing to nobody, like he was in an arena. And I'm like, I'm like, that guy is a star. It was just fun to watch, and so Plain Jane was opening for Warrant that day.
Okay.
So probably 6 months later is when Eric and I had to find a new singer and drummer. And it turned out we had some mutual friends that connected us, and there was like this really bad neighborhood of apartments where all the rock bands lived. And they lived like just a couple apartments down. So our friend left a note, and then I think the next night we drank beer, and he brought his acoustic over, and I think he played Heaven. He's like, yeah, I've been working on this song. And
Well,
so, yeah, it just happened. That was it. You know, we merged.
The pieces just fell together, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You mentioned Heaven, and it's probably one of your biggest tracks. Tell me the story, or tell the people the story of, like, you know, you were saying he brought the acoustic and started playing. How did that song just come together? Was it just that night?
Yeah, he had already had that written.
Okay.
So a lot of people know about Jani. He was very talented.
Yeah.
You know, he was, like I said, when I was little, I played bass. Like, I think you're just given a gift. So he already had Heaven. I think he had written Down Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, and the arrangement. It was a lot faster. It was more of a kind of a chugging thing.
Mm.
And then when we went to make a record, we kind of morphed it into a ballad. But that was always our fan favorite.
Mm.
That was always the one song in clubs that, you know, people were like, play Heaven. Like, okay.
Yeah, well, I recently watched a live show, 1987, I believe, at the Gazaris, and like people were going crazy for that song, you know, like the crowd singing, and everyone was joining in. Mental.
Here's a funny story, real quick. The producer that did that record hated that song. He's like,
really?
who we fought and fought and fought. And he's like, he's like, it's a good song, it's a good ballad, but I don't know if we need to spend the time on it. I don't hear it. And we're like, no, that's our fan favorite.
Yeah, you got to give
the
fans
what
what
they
want. Yeah,
I know.
Well, a couple of years later, after the band started playing club shows, you got signed by Columbia Records, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you produced your first album.
Yes.
Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich, and you amazing songs in there, Big Talk, Down Boys, Sometimes She Cries, etc., etc. What was the process of making those albums and songs, and which one was your favorite song off the album to play?
The first record, I like to play Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich.
Yeah, that's my
favorite
song.
It's a pretty complicated song.
Mm.
You know, it's like for the bass and stuff. But it was pretty straightforward. The record I think it took like 6 months to make. Like, you know, again, going back to the retro shit, you know, you couldn't punch in that much. You didn't have Pro Tools. So Steven had to pretty much play the whole song from all of us did. You had to pretty much play it from the beginning to the end. And then if you needed to fix a little spot, that was about it. So, but that record was fairly easy because your first record, those are the songs we played for, you know, 5 years in the club. So the time we got into the studio, we just ripped it out.
Okay. All right. What about the second album, the Cherry Pie album?
The second album was much the same way. You know, we never had a problem like making music.
Okay.
Yeah, we got done with the first record. I think we took a few months off, and then we partied a lot. So we went to Hawaii for pre-production.
Oh yeah,
and drank.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, pretty much the producer couldn't really find us that much, so we didn't get too much done. So we came back and recorded it. I guess the big story on that was actually Cherry Pie wasn't really on the record. It wasn't included. at the one rehearsal in Hawaii that we did, but it was done after the fact. They wanted one more anthemish song. So and again, we went back in and we just laid it down. And the next thing we knew, they're like, what about if we did the record Cherry Pie and the cover? And we were talking about it. And we're like, we had kind of learned though, like it's kind of hard, but you have to let the record label be involved. And they wanted Cherry Pie. They didn't want Uncle Tom's Cabin. And they knew I Saw Red and those would come out later, but they wanted to change the name of the record to Cherry Pie. And they got so excited that we said, okay, we did our part, you do your part. And so as with most good things in life, there wasn't a lot of thought into it. It just was a thing, and everything became Cherry Pie.
Cherry Pie.
The record was going to be called Uncle. We wanted it to get heavier. We wanted to be more like Uncle Tom's Cabin. We didn't want to be a pop Cherry Pie type band, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why when you read interviews with Jani later in his career, when he got more depressed, he let that bother him. He let it eat him. It shouldn't bother any of us, really. But you take what you get, Pie or no pie.
Pie, no pie. Well, it's probably one of your biggest. It's probably one of your biggest songs, and I think most everyone agree. And it's sad what happened to Jani. Rest in peace, obviously.
I know. Sometimes I think about it. I'm like, God, it's weird to think about or to look at what we did with it, and that to realize that, it's just a tragedy,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, like really highly creative people, there's a million of them, they're just not meant to be here that long. They come, they do their thing, they bless us with it, and then that's their part,
Yeah.
And he was certainly blessed us with all kinds of stuff.
He did. He gave us great music. Well, the whole band did, but his vocals are phenomenal. Those high notes are just incredible, and these live stage presence looked incredible. Obviously, I haven't seen a Warrant show, but what I've seen on YouTube and all that, he seems like a great guy, incredible talent.
Yeah,
I wish he
man.
was still here because if he was still here, I would believe that his vocals would still be top notch.
Oh, totally. Oh yeah, he was a killer. He was like so good. He was so personable on stage. We actually had to tell him to stop talking. Someone was like, "Dude, we have to play music. Come on." One time we ordered Domino's pizza. He was talking somewhere. We were like, we waited for the pizza. It was a joke for him, but he got it.
You mentioned you doing something in Hawaii. Now, I've had a previous interview with Tansel Thorne. He was in Circus. Do you remember them? Vaguely, maybe? In Hawaii?
Yes, a little bit, yes.
He was mates with Jani. He was telling me how Jani was getting kicked out of the club, and then Tansel said, "Oh, fuck this show, we're not doing it. That's our best buddy," and just left the stage. I don't know if you remember, but just thought I'd bring it up.
Oh yeah, dude. We were bad. We were not good.
Nah.
We were rock, but that that was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be young while you can. That's why I'm trying to make the most of it myself.
Good for you.
Speaking of other bands, you've toured with Cinderella, Poison, Mötley. I can keep going and going. But what's that one band you were like, wow, these guys are great. They're going to be the next big thing,
Gosh, you know what? It was, you kind of already, when you did do a tour, it was usually bands that kind of already had a single out.
Okay.
They would put us together like Dangerous Toys and Trickster and Firehouse. So we were all, we all kind of had a little bit of a taste of it. But I think the biggest tour we did was the Mötley Crüe tour with Dr. Feelgood, the Dr. Feelgood tour. That was like, yeah, we were just like, wow. I mean, that was our first full blown, you know, major arena tour. So I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, I've seen Mötley Crüe shows on YouTube and live. They go crazy. They go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we would be underneath the stage, and when the pyro would go off, because like,
Mm.
yeah, after we would play, we would go. You know, those stages you can stand underneath them. You walk,
Oh,
and you know the bombs
really?
would go off. We're like, yeah, this is awesome, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I didn't know that you could just go onto the stage.
yeah.
Wow. Hmm. What do you have any
Don't
funny
try it at
stories
home,
of like
though.
pun?
I said, don't try it at home.
No, I won't. I'll get in trouble. But speaking of Motley, is there any stories that you did with them, like any crazy shit?
Mm, Tommy Lee took a shit on a paper plate and gave
Wow.
it to us. Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, yeah, I forget what the joke was, but they were bad too. We were all bad, you
Yeah.
know.
They seem like the
And
worst of the
honestly,
worst.
if any, most of us don't remember everything.
Yeah.
So just there was always stuff like that going
Yeah.
on.
Just dumb shit, basically.
Just yeah, just boy stuff, you know,
Boys
goofing
people.
around. Yeah, just messing with each other.
Uh, they forgot to put that in the dirt. Tommy shitting on a plate. The
You
dirt
didn't put that
removal.
in there?
Nah,
Oh, oh.
I thought they should have.
You know what he did? Now here was the thing. He had like he took a Snickers bar and he put
Mm.
chocolate on his mouth
Okay.
and he brought it in like he ate it, and we were like, that was what we're like. Fuck, dude, you're like we're I already thought that we were already afraid of them. You know, they were like Mötley Crüe. We were like,
Yeah.
so it was pretty. It was funny, but I was like, I'm like, I think he really did do. I was so naive.
Oh wow. Tommy, he's crazy. That guy, absolutely crazy. But
Yeah.
earlier in your career, I know I'm jumping a bit back and forward, but you know, who? Well, I was talking about standout bands then, but like early in your career, I saw you played with like Black and Blue, Striper at clubs. Same question as before. Did you think this band could go far, or this band, or like any underground bands that should have gone better, like did bigger?
Um, I don't know. You know, most of the bands, kind of what happened was a lot of the '80s bands, singers and guys from those bands kind of they did make it. You know,
Hmm.
like the singer for Hurricanes and Foreigner now. The so
Hmm.
um I don't know, so most of the bands that were worthy and usually they made it out of there alive if they were good,
Hmm.
I never really saw anybody that got left behind, I guess is what you're asking. Like,
Hmm.
back in the day, most of us got out
Yeah,
that
that's good, man. Well, I think we've covered everything from the first two albums. Let's the third one that came out in 1992, I believe.
yes, sir.
Well, do you think that made it with the first two, or do you think it went a bit below par because of the grunge scene, possibly?
That record was probably our best record.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it was just timing.
Hmm.
I think the sad thing about that is we had that record done and we waited like a year to put it out.
Oh,
We
okay.
were like, we just needed a break, and we're like, let's just wait a minute, and we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because by the time we did, remember I was talking about the labels. So
Yeah.
the record labels every 10 years they switch bands. They could do Warrant, then they did Alice in Chains. They did us 10 years, then them.
Yeah.
And right when Dog Eat Dog came out, they picked up Alice in Chains, and then Nirvana came out.
Yeah.
It was just a big, Yeah, it was nobody's. It was just the business change, you know.
Yeah, business.
And the problem, we love those bands. We love Pearl Jam and over. We were like, fuck this. Call it. See, whatever you want to call it. All those bands are from California, and that's a fact. You can look up. You know, half of them are from San Diego, and they thought they were grunge, and they're Seattle. Yeah. And I'm like, no, they're from San Diego.
Yeah.
So we were friends with all those guys. So it was just it was a shocking thing to go through because it happened so abruptly. We were like, wow, that's it. Yeah. Labels like, yeah, good.
See ya.
Thanks, nice knowing you guys. We're like, shit, man.
Now you've got your Taylor Swifts and Katy Perry's, you know, after the grunge scene. It was like, you know, seems like every 10 years something different comes out. Yeah. And they just push everyone away, grab these new people.
Yep, they kind of create, you know, in the last decade's been like the electronic music. I think a lot has had a nice run, you know, so kind of right now we're hoping that it goes back to rock again. We're up, pick us.
Fingers crossed, you know.
Yes.
I would love to make it, but you know, it's a bit hard this day and age. But
I know.
You know, you just got to keep trying, keep being persistent, and then you'll get somewhere.
Yes, sir. Just keep your head down, and you know, you just can't worry about it. You can't try and fit in because the second you do that, you've already kind of failed. You know, you just keep your head down, make your music, and then throw it against the wall. If it sticks, cool. If not, then you do another one and throw it, and just keep throwing.
Keep going. Well, I think rock is slow. It's slowly coming back. Like I'm seeing more bands and bands come now, especially where I live. Like a few years ago, like there was only one major band in my state, but now I'm seeing more and more come up. You know, I'm seeing my friends. They're like, I want to make a rock band. You know, like they're starting to like the music. It's good.
Yeah,
you know?
like. Put down the phone and the iPads and go out. Yeah, go to the garage, people. Make music, you know?
Yeah. Make some good music. But none of that computer shit, you know? None of that.
No, I just don't see the art in that. I don't see the art in that. I see the art in the vocals of the melody and the singer doing it, but that and lip syncing, I don't know. There's a lot of lip syncing stars on this phone thing platform. I'm like, you have 5 billion views for lip syncing? I'm like,
and the dances as well. It's crazy.
All I got to say is, kids, watch your digital footprint.
Watch it out.
Yeah, when you get a little older, you'll be like, what the hell was I doing?
What was I doing? Oh, man. Well, what's next for Jerry Dixon and Warrant? Like, for this day and age?
Right now, we're probably going to start writing a new record next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're talking about it. It's just hard to all get together because we live like in different states in 5 or 6 hours. So that, and we've already got, it's weird. There's so many shows booked already. So we're all over, mainly in the U.S. though. So you guys got to come out here. Fly out here and see us.
Yeah, come to Australia.
I know. You know what? We get offers to go there. So they haven't made sense yet, but we're still waiting. You know, we want to do like a package, like bring
what do you mean?
us and a bunch of bands in our genre, Lita Ford, Firehouse, Trickster, all these 80s bands. You know, we should all come over there and do a festival.
Well, we do have festivals. We do have festivals. Like there was one last year and the year before. It's called Glam Fest. But they're not doing it next year for some reason. I'm not sure why, but like the first year they had Pretty Boy Floyd, Tough, and some like modern day bands like Heat, Wednesday 13, I think, and there's some other bands. And last year they had like the bands were like bigger. Like we had Slaughter, Takedo, Vixen.
Okay, so somebody is trying to put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, festival or not, yeah, you guys should definitely like tour outside of the US if you can, obviously. But,
Yeah, we try. It's just, you know, it's with every band's different. Like with Warrant, everybody asks, how come we don't really travel outside the U.S. because we play here so much. We're never off, you know? So it's just a matter of, you guys come here. It's easier.
what, come to you?
Come on.
Come to America.
Yeah, we'll bring everybody over. Free trip.
Free trip.
But that's something, no, definitely. You know, we have a gold record in Australia. Cherry Pie. So,
oh, yeah.
That's a big deal, you know? We only got one like there in Canada outside of, so we did good.
I've got the album somewhere in my millions of albums. But yeah, man, that's exciting. Yeah, someone actually asked me, are they going to do a new record? I was like, I'm not sure, man. But, well, we just got news and confirmation. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Hell yeah. Well, do you want to get into some Q&A questions and then we'll talk about the impersonation?
Whatever you want, sure.
All right, man. I've just written them down so I didn't forget. Okay. What was your 80s hair routine?
You just flip your head upside down, hairspray it, and then flip it back.
Yeah. That's what I do. And a bit of teasing. That's what I do. A bit of teasing here and there. Lots of hairspray. Lots of hairspray.
Yep.
Do you have any unreleased music with Jani?
Oh, I wish we had. You know, we went back and we found bits and pieces, like, but not. We really kind of don't. Everything. We didn't really do a lot of demoing with Warrant.
Okay.
We just kind of went in and did what's out.
Okay.
So I don't. We have searched. There's one song that him and I wrote where he's playing guitar, and I've even messed with it. It's like in Pro Tools, but there's just not enough. Yeah.
Nothing.
So that's it, man.
That's a
We got
shame.
what we got.
That's
I know.
Were you influenced by Van Halen? If not, who were you influenced by?
Big influence by Van Halen.
Okay.
Absolutely. Van Halen, besides, you know, the playing and the songs I love, they taught Warrant how to be on stage, how to act and how to promote and how to, you know, they were like our role models because they were from Pasadena, which is where I'm from, and they were always doing the flyer thing. And and then, you know, when they would get on stage with Roth, he was so flamboyant, and we're like, you know, they were our heroes.
Yeah.
They still are.
They are. They're awesome.
I love those guys.
Crazy. Well, you answered pretty much every other question I had on my little sheet here. But just you know. So the impersonation thing, you want to explain that to everyone?
Yes. So about a decade ago, someone started impersonating me, and I kind of let it go for a long time until the last few years. So as I start to get back on and get my accounts, I'm being reported for impersonating myself. So all these accounts I have no followers because I keep getting, whoever is impersonating me is also kicking me off and has stolen my identification and got verified on certain pages. And I wanted to mainly tell people too, it's the Jerry Dixon official page. That's not me. You can look in the right-hand corner.
Yeah.
on Instagram and see about the account. Clearly not made in the US, it's made in Mexico. And as we looked into it, and this is when I met you, it spread to, not spread, but it also exists with Jani. There's a Jani Lane official page. It's not official. It's not him.
Yeah.
It's the same person in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of followers, lots of lying going on. So we were shocked to find that.
Yeah.
And then they're doing it to Dimebag Daryl. So they're kind of preying on people that have passed away or people like me who chose not to be on social media. So it's Jerry Dixon official, Jani Lane official. There's a person named Stephanie Dixon who doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything to do with that. Then there's another person that they made up for Jani, his daughter Susan Lane, who's also made up. There's no. I try to explain that these people don't exist. They just made them up, and they basically haunt our fans and stalk our fans and say, "Hey, I'm Jerry's daughter. Hey, I'm Jani's daughter," and you know, the unsuspecting fan they don't know. They'll be like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you," but they're talking to a stalker. I don't have a daughter. So this was important to tell you, and I'm not going to take it anymore with these people.
Yeah.
We're all done. Jani's family's done. I'm done. The joke's over. And the problem is too, is the algorithms on these platforms, they'll kick a person like me off. Or what does someone like Jani that's passed away do? You know, I've talked to his, like, we have to hire lawyers. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not cool to the fans, you know, because they're not following. They're being lied to. So fans should get pissed at these people, and it's the fans that have to report these pages. And I don't know how to say this gently, but we all got to be responsible with who we follow. Don't just click everybody. You know, like on this page here, you can see I'm connected to Warrant.
Yeah.
There is no Stephanie Dixon. I have a son named Grady Dixon whose feelings are hurt by the stalker lying about his family forever. And so there's so fans too, be aware of who you're following. Make sure it's connected to a website and don't, there's a lot of red flags. It's not just me. I'll live, but it's been frustrating because I can't, I get kicked off before I get to that process of filing anything. So we need everybody out there. Just check your pages.
Yeah. So, and also, like, I obviously thought that other account was you, and I asked if I could interview you because, like, you saw my messages, so I thought, oh, fuck it. And they didn't respond. I was like, oh, that's weird. Maybe busy and all that. So I just accepted the fact, and then I saw that there was another account with the official tick. I was like, huh, okay. So I just thought, like, you maybe lost that other account. Then I tagged you, and then we started talking about it, and then you said, like, all that
stuff. Yeah, it's on. I'm all
yeah.
done. Yeah, I'm gonna, till I die, these people are gonna go away. It's just not cool.
And I was like, okay, let's see.
Yeah, they're harassing our families. They're harassing my mother. They're harassing Sugar Fix, their families, their grandparents, their fathers, and it's just everything we do. These people harass us all. Yeah. So I'm here to tell all of you that if you do follow Warrant or me or Sugar Fix, we don't solicit. We're not gonna. My daughter's not gonna check you back and go, hey, who does that? Yeah. So just be aware of your pages. That's all.
And so you can tell this is like the real Jerry Dixon, obviously doing the interview. He's got the blue tick. The other account doesn't have the blue tick. They post exactly what Jerry posts just the next day. So they also steal the content. And this account, Jerry's account, collabs with Warrant, and the other account doesn't. So if you all can just like block, report the impersonation of that account, That would be great. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I'll probably do a
Also,
post about it.
Jani Lane official too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jani Lane, Stephanie
We're having
Dixon.
more problems with that because we don't have like a representative. You know, like
Yeah. Well, if enough people like report that account, it will get taken down. It's
I
just
think
people
so.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Power
think
in numbers, right?
Yeah.